Hello, world. Just finished doing some little renovation work, and something came to my heart and mind I wanted to share. And just wanted to share this while it was present because I tend to think like, oh, I'm going to remember this and talk about it later. But sometimes that doesn't happen. I forget. So at this stage in my life, I'm learning to just let things flow as they come to me. It may not be all perfect, but I'm going to go ahead and get it out there just the way it's coming to me in this moment. So I'm just so full of gratitude in this moment. I've had a day actually where I'm just so filled with gratitude, and it's so awesome because I've been working with this prayer partner for about the last 6 or so weeks now, and that's a new experience for me, having an actual prayer partner. We have a scheduled time where we check in and we just do a little prayer together, and it's just been wonderful and divinely aligned because this morning when we had our prayer together, my partner's prayer was around gratitude. And I actually didn't have a prayer in mind. I had to think of something. And in the moment that I thought about what I wanted to pray for, I realized that I already had it. So that was also just a prayer of gratitude, like how divine life is and what an amazing feeling it is when you truly realize that everything you desire is here, and all you have to do is really align with it so that you can enjoy all the pleasure and love and just the wonderfulness that's available to you in the experience that you're having. So also in my day, I had a little mini meditation. Some things came to me that I wanted to share with an old friend, and kind of just ruminating and meditating on a past experience as it was with me today. And that's part of healing work, as we think about things or have things in our life that are kind of confusing or, bring about any type of pain or displeasurable experiences. Those are the things that we're looking to resolve, right? So as I was ruminating and meditating on this past experience with relationship and friendship and things like that, it made me question myself and some of my behaviors during the time that we shared time and space as a part of this relationship. And I remembered owning that I had abandonment issues. And that was one of the things that I had to heal from in order to have this whole experience of peace and love that I have in this moment. And so what happened was I had to speak to that person, and I was able to recall my relationship with my father and lessons that I learned and value that I gained from that relationship that actually seemed to serve me well at this stage in my life. But I remember those same experiences I viewed as abandonment, and it actually created a lot of pain and all different types of experiences in my life based on the idea that I was suffering with abandonment. And much of the work of healing, I know some people say like, oh, healing takes a lifetime, you'll never finish. It's just something you're going to have to work on for your entire life. And while that may be true for some on some level, I believe that healing within one's being healed within one's lifetime is possible. And that's merely an act of alchemizing and transmuting experiences. So you're basically, it's really all a matter of changing your mind. The experiences may not change. You can't change the past. You may be able to change the future, but even if you find that you cannot change the people, situations, and circumstances of your life that you may previously have thought you needed healing from, what you can change is your mind and the way you think about those experiences. And in so doing, create a new vibration and experience for yourself as a healed individual while maybe nothing and no one else in the physical reality may appear to change, you yourself will change. And by changing your mind, you may find that you feel differently about the same experiences just because you now are able to view them differently. So what happened with me is making a choice to view everything from a space of divine love. You know, if everything is love, how are these experiences that I previously viewed as trauma, how can those be viewed in the space of love? So in the case of what I previously viewed as the trauma of abandonment, I realized was actually teaching me something very valuable and creating a strength within me that I'm now able to carry with me and move forward in my life on my divine path, following that which is ordained for me to do. You know, many times as a pioneer, even in my walk of healing, I've had to do a lot of that work alone. And I remember previously viewing the relationships that others had, or my perception of the relationships that others had with people and, you know, with their fathers and things like that, from a space of lack for myself. You know, it would create all these trauma and negative emotions about the experience I was having being different from the experiences that I observed in these other people. And just, you know, I can be very dramatic. So just in a whole woe is me and, oh, why is my life the way it is? And why don't I have the experience that, you know, some of these other people have? And these days, you know, in meditations about that, I'm able to hear the wisdom that my life is my life. My life is designed for me. And every experience that it was given to me in my life was to help me become and evolve into the greatest version of myself, to help support me in my evolution, in my ordained walk in this life. And when I look back on a lot of the experiences that I thought were trauma, today I can see the wisdom, the benefits that it provided me as I'm able to move forward with those same experiences, not in a space of trauma, but really as sometimes my protection and sometimes a tool for me to forge my path and move forward. And it's been so liberating. I cannot tell you, I don't know if I can explain in words the liberation and the explosion of energy, you know, I almost want to say power, because love is empowering. And when you feel that divinity and that love, just being in perfect alignment with that love, it's just a joy, an expression of joy, which is lightning in a lot of ways. So I just wanted to share that because I had that epiphany for myself today. So I wanted to share that for anybody else who may be struggling with traumas and experiences from their past and experiences with other people and family members and things like that, that may be holding you back from experiencing joy and love and just the lightness and empowerment that comes from being in alignment with that pure joy and love. Is that, if that's what you're seeking in your life, it's purely an act of changing your mind that will change your life. So just try it, and using that transmuting the pain from those past experiences, maybe even present experiences. Sometimes it's a rapid, in the moment transmutation. Sometimes I might still have these lingering thoughts of old patterns of viewing things from a perception of pain. And I'm able to immediately, through the practice and the act of gratitude, change my mind about my thoughts about a specific situation or circumstance. So that's like alchemy, where I'm able to immediately transform something that I might be looking at with, just negative thoughts and feelings, immediately changing my mind, changing my language around those things, and calling it something different, which will immediately transform the experience. Oh, it's a beautiful feeling. I hope, you can kind of feel the expression of joy that I have from being able to do that work, so that you can apply it for yourself and watch how your life transform. Watch how your experience of this life is able to be transformed by the power you have to change your mind. Peace. May peace and love be with you.